It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it all starts the first of 6 on this Super Wild Card weekend, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on our home team. It's the first of 6 games here on Super Wild Card Weekend, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led out by a former national champion at Ohio State, standing 6'4". It's Will Howard.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard. At the 36-yard line.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10, as they've got things rolling on this drive. He'll keep it himself. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Here now, 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Howard. Johnston on a quick slant. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Colts first down.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Back to throw. Howard. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gets him to first before he's brought down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
And the Colts first down.
Back to throw now on first down. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Colts will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, Do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Let's go.
They'll try to run for it with Blue. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Come on. Ready.
They go play action with Ward. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
Here we go. Ready.
They go with Blue between the tackles. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
That's another first down.
Pass.
1st and 10 at the
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
On play action, Ward. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. Out of the gun, they run with Blue. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Ready. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Ward. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Ready.
A carry here for Trevor Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the
Ward.
Colts 6-yard line.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter down, it's our home team with possession, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
Okay, ready. Let's go. Let's go.
To throw is Ward. And it's caught. Touchdown. Chimray DK there to make the grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one a long 11-play drive. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He connected on all 5 of his throws on that opening drive and finished it with a touchdown pass as they begin here 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Howard. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 48-yard line.
Now Howard from the gun, he'll throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And Taylor going to pick up the Colts first down as he'll take this down inside the 45.
And the Colts first down.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And now he got away from that first tackler. No idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Again, it's Taylor. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
3rd and 7.
Looking to throw. Howard. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on third down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Two. Crack all 80.
They fake the handoff. Now Ward. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe he starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, when he's at Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy's on fire.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
Here's Ward. A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Looking to put a drive together.
At their own 32-yard line.
To throw is Howard. Throwing to start the drive. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Quick throw out wide, and Pierce has got it. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A short one there, caught by Warren. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll get this off to Taylor.
Complete to Jonathan Taylor. That's a gain of 3. Brings up third and
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Ethan Evans on now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Throwing now, Ward. Oh, it stays up. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now he's going to step up and run. That's complete to DK. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Play action. It's Ward. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Ready.
To throw, here's Ward. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now Ward. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Here we go, here we go. Crack all 80.
Back to throw. Moore. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now on fourth down, out comes the field goal unit here. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. The playoffs are underway. What a weekend this is shaping up to be. This, the first of 2 on Saturday, followed by 3 more tomorrow, and then we wrap things up on Monday night. Our trip through the NFL starts now. We begin at MetLife Stadium. The Giants at home to take on the LA Rams. And it's Kyren Williams. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Rams make a statement. They are not to be taken lightly. The number 6 seed knocks off the number 3. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Come on, come on. Set. Hiking 18. Let go.
Off play action, Ward. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
They go play action with Ward. Now he's going to step up and run. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. And now a stoppage. And looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look. And we will take a short break. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Get it. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
A gain of 12 yards. And the first down.
Here we go, set.
1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
A gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
Ready.
ETN up the middle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
It's a gain of 2.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard
Let's go.
line.
Blue is in for a touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Off the play fake, Ward. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. This will be caught just inside the 10. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
3rd and goal.
Come on. Set. Ready.
Throwing is Ward. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Howard off the play fake. He's going to float this over the middle deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Howard now from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Kevin Winston.
Partner, I think this will win a ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And this one's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Here we go. Set. 65, 6, go.
Looking to throw. Moore. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Chimway Dike, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Visitors 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Looking to put a drive together. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
Off play action. Howard. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun. Howard. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 18. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now back out comes the offense. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Play action now. Ward. And that one drops down. Incomplete. Good coverage there. Force the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Ready?
Back to throw. Moore. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Gets it underneath to Blue. And he's got the 1st down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield.
It's a gain of 8.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Get it!
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And good penetration here. They'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. ETN once more. 20! And all the way in for the touchdown. Trevor Etienne, 48 yards. As his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Visitors 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Nifty move. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The Colts on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Colts.
They'll look to throw again. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
A gain of 4.
Again, he'll drop the throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
That's good for a Colts.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man, the tight end Warren. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
First down. A gain of 12.
To the right side, this is Taylor. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Howard. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
First and goal, Indianapolis.
Back to throw. Howard. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyler Warren. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Ready, ready! Deputy Lions. Ready.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 86 yards rushing for him now, as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round.
Come on, set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Up the middle they go. Clinton gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Brings up second and 11 at the 43-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. That's complete to Pierce. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Colts.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Delivers another one to Pierce. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now second and 5. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. Powering forward. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 24 yards. That's good for a Colts.
Here we go.
Back to Taylor on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Here's a diving catch right side. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on.